Okay, good morning. It's 2:53 in the morning. 63.2 degrees on the final day of July. It's day 199. It's my last full day in California. I'm gonna wake up. All right, good morning again, folks. 4:16 in the morning and 61.2 degrees. Just leaving Wildwood RV park. Just came up to, well, I woke up, packed up my tent and everything. Then came up to sort of the front porch here to have my breakfast and coffee so as not to disturb the probably 8 or so other tents and hikers that are here. Yeah, slept pretty good. Pretty nice spot. Definitely that barbecue is worthwhile. There's this guy Bill, who I guess lives or works or something at the RV park. And he does like a big old barbecue with ribs and burgers and hot dogs. Sorry I didn't really get very many shots of that, but I just wanted to eat and go to sleep real quick, even with as quickly as I was able to bunk up. I think I only got about 5.5 hours of sleep before the alarm went off, so it's what it is. Today I'm climbing up out of Syed Valley, waking up about 35 miles or so from the state line with Oregon, which is exciting. Also waking up about 62 miles or so for my next stop point, which will be over near Ashland, a hitch point to get into Ashland. There is an alternate I'll mention that it sounds like a lot of the folks back at Wildwood are going to take, which is, instead of walking, let's see, west, as I am at the moment, along Syed Creek Road, you would walk east along Syed Creek Road and follow that. It's like just about 12.5, 13 miles, something like that, and it rejoins with the PCT after that distance. Taking that route saves you about 1.5 miles of distance and about 1,400 feet of elevation gain. But that ain't the trail, so that's not the way I'm going right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go the old-fashioned way straight up this mountain. It's about 7.5 miles or so to the top and a very decent amount of elevation gain, but I can't recall off the top of my head exactly what. I think when I was looking at my maps just a couple minutes ago, it looks like if I go 20 miles, it'll be about 1.5 miles of elevation gain all up. So yeah, we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm gonna get hiking. I'll talk to you guys later. Guys, 62.2 degrees at 7:18 in the morning. I certainly have not made it to home for the night. Just had a quick view dedication I wanted to get out. A few folks have donated to the hike. Just had a cool little moment I wanted to share with you up here. So first off, up to the sort of northeast, you might be able to see sort of east-northeast Mount Shasta out there still Been seeing that mountain for quite some time. Very, very, very cool mountain. But we'll get these names in of some of the folks who donated, and then I'll show you what I really wanted to show you. So, sorry about that. I had to pull up my list. So yeah, we have Lance K, we have Matt and Nicole who are getting on the JMT in August. That's pretty cool. Philip Yoho, Jeffrey Rule, is it Tamara Lundquist, I think? Sorry about that. Kimberly P, someone who went by someone, and Allison Boomer. Guys, thank you so much for your very generous donations. This view is going to be for you. So we are looking off to just about the due south here, and right here in the foreground, probably the most obvious thing that you're seeing is Middle Devil's Peak. It's sort of just that peak I kind of came up just now. But then way off in the distance, just beyond back there, someplace back here, is Buckhorn Ridge. So Buckhorn Ridge, you may remember in yesterday's video where I stopped to get some water, there was a cool sign that said Buckhorn Spring with buckhorns right next to it, which was pretty neat, I thought. Buckhorn Spring is just about 29 miles from here. And since I was there almost exactly 24 hours ago, not only have we closed just about 29 miles in distance, but we've lost 5,400 feet in elevation, or excuse me, lost 6,400 feet of elevation, and then gained 5,400. And I still have a little bit more climbing yet to do today, so that's for sure. Still more climbing to do this morning. Anyways, to those lot of you who donated, I just thought that was sort of a cool little reference point of what it is that looks like when you do that. Obviously, Syed Valley is just down beneath, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for donating. Again, if you're willing and able to donate, if you're interested to donate, all those links are down in the description below. I did just recently add a PayPal link as well, so there's 3 different ways you can donate. If you're not able to donate financially, totally fine. I hope that you enjoy the videos, but please do hit like, hit subscribe, all that. Only half of you who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so it really helps me out if you're able to just hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything at all. So anyways, I'm gonna keep hiking. I have a health check coming up for you today as well. Guys who donated, thank you so much. I will check back with you guys a little later for a health update. Guys, it is 11:48 and 74 degrees even. Thought I'd just snap on now, take care of a weekly health update. It's day 119. Definitely I'm walking through a bit of a patch of blowdowns right now, so I thought it might be interesting for you to see how a section like this kind of works. Let's see. So weekly health update. Generally I'm doing pretty well, I'd say. Pardon me as I climb over one log, and a second, and a third. We'll start down at the bottom of the body. We'll just go in order. Right, so down to the bottom, my feet, my toes. I definitely have at least 2 toenails that are going to leave me. They haven't left me yet, but my right foot, the toe next to my pinky toe, that toenail's gonna go. Left foot, center toe, that toenail's gonna go as well. I can just tell. They're just, I'll spare you the details of how I can tell, but I can tell. Aside from that, foot-wise, my right ankle, that's probably the #1 health issue to report this week. It is sore and tender. I spoke about this some last week. It's just, it's a lot of the like traverses and stuff like that, where the trail is just irreconcilably off camber, and so with every step, my ankle rolls a little bit. And when you do that for 30 miles a day, and then do it again for 30 miles, and then the next day for 25 miles or whatever, we need to just do that over and over and over again. It's a cumulative effect thing, so it's not debilitating, and I'm hoping it either strengthens or the trails change or something so that it'll resolve. But it's definitely on my radar. Still, I have not commenced a regimen of ibuprofen, although I've carried it since the beginning, and nor have I started wrapping up that ankle with an ace bandage, which I've also carried since the beginning of the trail. My goodness gracious, look at this dude. All right, so moving up. Gosh. Moving up from the feet and ankles. Shins are doing good, knees doing well, hips, all that doing well. I'll say, so when I was in Etna, I washed the waistband, waist belt, whatever, of my pack. I feel like maybe that's helped. I can't really tell with that sort of like rash or whatever that I was getting sort of on my, I don't know, I called them love handles last week or whatever, but again, those are gone. That skin is just sensitive. It's just sensitive, and there's some discoloration and spotches and stuff and splotches, whatever. So it just kind of is what it is. But I'm thinking maybe I'll try a little harder to try and keep that waistband clean. Maybe when I get to a lake, I can just kind of wash off my sides, get that sweat off of me. Hopefully that'll keep helping. Moving on from there, digestively, everything going great. Head, neck, back, all that pretty good. Arms, doing very well. I'll speak just quickly again about this fingernail. So I've been worrying about it, not like super worrying, but I don't know how well it's coming out in the video, but you can see I feel like at some point I'm becoming more and more confident that it's gonna break, and then I'll have only like half of a fingernail, and that sounds excruciating. So I was thinking, well, maybe I could buy like a clear coat nail polish and put that on. That seemed, you know, potentially like it might help. And I was thinking, well, maybe I could just throw some super glue on there. Maybe that'll help too. I don't know. But now I'm thinking something a little fun, something outside the box. Maybe this would work. I've never done this before. You guys can tell me. When I get to Ashland, yeah. When I get to Ashland, I can maybe find like a nail salon and have them throw on one of those gel nail things or whatever. I know it's something people do. Put on, like, basically put a fake nail on top of your real nail or something. But that seems pretty viable to me as a way to keep that a little more structurally sound. Essentially just splint the fingernail, but we'll see. I haven't totally made up my mind about it, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So that takes care of all the physical stuff on this health update. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Gear wise, generally still doing pretty well. I'll say that the tightness of my Z-Packs duplex tent vestibule zippers on both sides of the tent, I'm starting to worry about those zippers, particularly as I move into Oregon and Washington, which are renowned for mosquitoes, and I will be all the more interested in having a mesh as I sleep. If those zippers fail, I'm going to be in a tough spot. So just just as I did with my waist belt and Etna, I washed those zippers with a toothbrush over at the hostel. Toothbrush and a coffee mug full of water and dish soap. Scrubbed every last inch. It probably took, I don't know, better part of an hour to scrub up that zipper. And I was hoping that that would resolve it, just to clear out whatever grime has been in there for 2 years or whatever. But it seemed even tighter when I pitched it first night out of Etna. So I don't really have any zipper lube with me out here. So I thought the next best thing, I do have a tiny little tube of bag balm, which I figure is more than likely mostly just petroleum jelly anyhow. I thought, well, let's try it. So put on some bag balm. Seems like that's helped the zipper just a little bit, but I'm still, I mean, I'm still concerned. I'm still concerned about it. So when I got a little flicker of service yesterday here in Syed Valley, fired off an email to Z-Packs to see whether they'd be able to stake me a loaner as they replace the zipper, as they did with my broken Z-Packs Arc Haul pack last year on the CDT. But probably goes without saying I haven't had service since dispatching that email, so I haven't heard back. But past this prologue, I've been impressed with Z-Packs customer service so long as I've been using them, for 2 or 3 years now. 3 years. We'll see what they say when they get back. And frankly, again, there's fewer than 1,000 miles left on this trail, so honestly, I don't even know whether I'd get it back before the end or what. Anyways, meanwhile, also, my wife has some zipper lube, which I ordered home because, of course, post offices won't accept packages from Amazon, and where in the world else are you going to get zipper lube? So, yeah, so I got to try and figure out whether it makes sense for her to dispatch that to me someplace in Oregon. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, that's my that's my gear issue. I'm still very much rolling around the possibility of mailing home some gear, to include probably a 10,000 milliamp battery because I'm carrying 3 still, to include a few GoPro batteries because I'm carrying, gosh, I think 7 or 8 or something right now, more than I need for sure. Potentially some clothing, potentially this pack, and get out my Arc Haul, the aforementioned Arc Haul, and beautifully repaired. But again, I think towns just get a little strange in Oregon, so I'm not sure. Like, there's a lot of resorts and fewer proper towns. So, oh my goodness gracious. Oh man. Okay, well, I think that's just about the end of this health update. I'm not gonna go crazy today. I'm looking at like 25 miles, 26 miles, something like that. Do something comparable, or maybe a touch more tomorrow, and then have a nice cruisy short little day into Ashland and get it in the morning on the next day, whatever day that would be, August 2nd. So we'll kind of see how it all shakes out. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna keep hiking. I'll talk to you guys at camp. Alright, good evening guys. It is 4:53 in the evening, afternoon, whatever. 69 degrees even. I've made it to home for the night. You can see the tent all pitched up here. I got my couscous kind of hydrating. I already kind of boiled up the water with olive oil and the seasoning packet. Now it's just kind of doing its couscous thing for 5 minutes before I eat it. Yeah, pretty good day today. 26.8 miles, definitely a slow pace. but I mean, it was 8,400 feet, I think, of elevation gain, so not, you know, not what you'd call a cruisy day by any measure. But that's fine. Honestly, I was a little concerned about it, and I feel like I did pretty well. I mean, I don't feel totally dead today. I don't feel, you know, totally beat up. I wasn't suffering too badly. I was just kind of, I mean, usually the way I do it with elevation is, you know, if it's hard, just slow down. It's just that easy. I mean, if it's hard, slow down. It's fine. You'll get to the top. Just kind of, you know, be smart, stay hydrated, stuff like that. Yeah, so anyways, 8,400 feet. It's actually, so yeah, 8,400 feet, and now where I sleep is 8.4 miles from the Oregon border, man, which I am super excited about. And honestly, it's kind of like, it's kind of a win-win the way it worked out. So I was a little, I really want to see the border sign sort of in daylight. And so, you know, I don't really want to wake up later or anything like that. So, I mean, I definitely want to wake up later, but you know what I mean. I wanted to see it in daylight, and so if I were to go much further today, I'd be kind of compromising whether I'd get it in daylight or not. So I am camped up at what's called Alex Hole Spring. That is mile 1684.4 on the Pacific Crest Trail in a northbound direction. So yeah, there's water just kind of right down the hill. I scooped up some of that. Should be good to go. Really not a whole ton much else to report. I mean, I think kind of my plan for this jump, I was definitely eyeballing this climb out of Syed Valley and sort of earmarking that as a potential sort of like wild card in my mileage projections. But frankly, you know, 26, 27 miles today is fine. Tomorrow, hopefully I'll do just a touch more and then leave myself really, really nice, easy, quick little morning to get into whatever it is. Oh my gosh, Ashland, Oregon, gonna be so cool. Yeah, where right now I've my lovely wife Daphne booked up 3 nights at the hostel there. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of play that by ear. I don't think it's gonna be, I don't know, it's definitely not gonna be more than 3 nights, but it may be less. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. But yeah, anyways, I already did a lot of rambling in today's video, so I'm not going to ramble anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and eat up my couscous and then go to sleep. But thanks again to those of you who donated. Definitely appreciate that. Again, anyone else, if you're interested in donating, all those links are in the description down below. And if you're not interested in donating, dude, just hit subscribe, man. You got to know you like this channel by now. Just hit subscribe. That's all I ask. I'm like almost to 3,000 subscribers. If I could finish this trail with like 3,500 or 4,000, that would be amazing. Anyways, no more rambling. I'm gonna eat. I'll go to sleep. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.